Hey everyone, I am back. Um, Sorry it's been so long. I have a lot to catch up on, and I have a lot to discuss. So, sorry, I had my surgery. So, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. There is lots. And then I have the biggest cancer news ever. So, I'm still bald, but it's coming back. um, So I had my last chemo on January 13th. Um, so yeah, my hair is slowly coming back. Um, Now the reason why I haven't had, sorry, my hat looks goofy. I threw it in the wash and now it looks goofy. But okay, whatever. Leave it alone. So um, wow. I don't. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I had my last chemo on January 13th. The reason why I haven't been doing or didn't keep up with videos was the new chemo rounds killed me. Not literally, obviously, but I was in so much pain. And then by the time I would stop being in pain and do a video, I was so exhausted. So my apologies. I still love everybody. Everybody, you got to know you're not alone when you go through cancer, okay? Um so I had my last chemo on January 13th. I had my um my surgery on February 9th. February 8th, I had to be in Winnipeg. They I was down there. I had my, oh look, no more pick line. Yay! All gone. That also came out on January 13th. Right as soon as the chemo was done, she went, pop that some bitch right on out of there. Gone. And yeah, so um we go down. I had to get I didn't have to do like the 2 week quarantine for my surgery. I thought I would have to, but I didn't. Um we went and I just had to do the rapid COVID testing. I got that done. Sucks, by the way. Completely sucks. Then I had to go get a needle in the boob. So, and that there, the needle was like a type of radiation, I believe. Not radiation, sorry, but a chemical so they can find your lymph nodes easier. Sorry, I cannot say that for the life of me. Um, so we went and got that all done. Didn't hurt as bad as I was expecting. I was all ready for it. You know, those needles, they suck. Well, not just those needles, but all needles in general, they suck. So we go, get it done. And it wasn't that bad, actually. And, oh, oh, guess what? So my last day of chemo, my husband gave me my tattoo. The butterfly, the whole butterfly, is right where I had found the mass. The size of the ribbon is the size of the mass at its biggest point. So very, very dear to me. My husband did it for me. Um, so yeah. Um, so just another new addition. And now I kind of want to do something big for today because I got some big news stuff. Um, so I go for my surgery. I had to be at the Health Science Center. Well, we stayed at the hotel right next to the Health Science Center, like it's connected right to. Didn't even have to go outside. It was kind of nice. And we my surgery time was at 5 or sorry at 7:30 in the friggin' morning, and I swear to God they were not late. And for those of you who know me, know this was my first surgery, and we went. I had to be there at 5:30. We got there, or I got there. My husband wasn't allowed with me, and he felt like crap, like huge crappy. And like I said, at least you can sit in the hotel room and do. At least you know, like, cause like really, he's gonna feel like crap no matter where he is. And at least in the hotel, there was comfy beds that he could lay on, or comfier chair than the hospital waiting room. And we had a friend of us come down. I wanted a friend to come down to keep my husband preoccupied, as I've had a little bit of issues with anesthesia. Oh my god, I'll spit it out. With the stuff that puts you to sleep. They so I didn't want him to be alone if something bad were to happen. But clearly, nothing bad happened. And so we had a friend come down, and he made him kept him busy while I was in my surgery. My surgery was 3.5 hours. No, 2.5 hours. It was supposed to be 3 hours, but everything went really well. So I go in, I check in, and right away they take me up to the third floor. And then I got to wear these pretty little booties, just the sexiest little stockings ever. And so I had these sexy stockings. I had, the beautiful hospital gown, and the other hospital gown, that's your robe. And I had the most amazing nurses that I could deal with, and oh my god. So they were simply just, everybody was freaking amazing. Just, oh, I couldn't ask for better people. So then my plastic surgeon comes in and he draws his little lines and does his thing, and he goes, okay, well, we'll see you soon. And he told me to enjoy my nap. I'm like, what? Do I left that all? Nap. Well, he was right. I needed that nap. And so I go in, or the nurse calls my name, and we go walk into the OR. And oh my god, I was completely fine until we walked in through these freaking doors, and the spotlights. They're almost like what the cops would use, those spotlights on you. Okay, I'm over exaggerating, but like they just ping right on you, and they're right in your eyes, and you're like, damn, that's bright. Like, why don't I get sunglasses? So walk in, and first thing I see is these lights. Okay, now the only time I've ever seen an OR was in a movie or TV, and it was actually, they almost have it right in those. Okay, for those of you that have never been in an OR. And so they have these three huge lights, and the room is full. And me and the nurses, we were laughing. And then I met with, or before I even got there, I got to meet the anesthesiologist, really nice guy. And we were joking around. We've all, like, keep things light. I walk in, and boom, completely scared. And I say this out loud, and stupid me, I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm like, oh boy, my anxiety just right through the roof. But I still keep my composure. It's just something we have to do. So we walk in, and they're like, hey, well, Amanda, just sit up on the bed. All right, so I jumped up, and the anesthesiologist tell me, okay, well, you're gonna feel this little Velcro thing on your head. It's just so we can monitor how you're sleeping, and we have to give you more gas, less gas, whatever, right? Because they don't want you waking up, but they don't want to overdose you on the gas. Well, like, not really overdose you. I don't think anything. Well, I don't know. I'm not the guy, okay? But like, just to keep you at the right levels. And so that's fine. And then I have my sexy stockings on, and then I swing my legs up, and then they put these other things on my legs, and all I feel is one leg would go tighter, and then it releases, and then the other leg goes tighter, and then it releases. So, oh my god, and that was so relaxing. My anxiety was sky high, and that there was just the best feeling. Like, if I can find these things for home, so help me God, I am buying them. And they help calm me down, and they're all they do is they help you, or they help or prevent you from getting blood clots down the road, right? And or not down the road, but while you're there, because you're so still for so long, and everything. And so we they do, they put those on, and oh my god. So then I'm like laying there, and I'm all laid back, and I'm feeling these things, and massaging, well, not really massaging my legs, but they're, you know tightening and loosening on my legs. And then the anesthesiologist, why can I say that better than, like, the gas guy, the thing that, you know he puts that thing on my head, and he told me it felt like Velcro. Yeah, it kind of did, but it was neat. It didn't hurt. It didn't, like, you kind of get Velcro on your skin, and you're like, it drives you nuts. It wasn't like that at all. So, I'm sitting there, and he goes, Manda, do you have to speak with any of the surgeons? Because remember, I had two surgeons. I had the plastic surgeon and then the cancer surgeon. So then I said, no. And he looks at me and he goes, still pretty nervous, hey? And I said, yeah. Yeah, he goes, yeah, we kind of watched the color drain from your face when you walked in. I'm like, well, it doesn't help that you guys have really white lights in here. That kind of helps, right? When I walk in, I'm white as a ghost. So I go in, or obviously I'm in. Sorry, I am very nervous. I feel like I'm streaming for the first time again, and I got such news. I can't wait to tell you guys. So they he goes, well, I'm gonna give you some medicine to just help you just slide right on in, just to get in there, and make you relaxed. And he goes, but don't worry, we're not gonna put you to sleep yet. This is just gonna help you relax. Okay. He gave it to me through my IV, and next thing you know, I have the nurses going, Amanda, and I woke up, bing, wide awake. Not okay, not really wide awake. It was I was awake. I woke up as soon as I said my name, and I didn't realize I was asleep until at that moment. It was like I blinked, and the next thing you know, I have these nurses going, Amanda, time to wake up. So then I got up, and the first thing I asked for is my phone. Like, they put all my clothing or all my belongings into a bag, and they they put all my clothing into a bag, and popping up for me. Oh, you bonehead. And they sorry, just give me 1 second here. There we go. So then I'm worried about my phone, and I'm like, "Where's my phone? I need my phone." And they're like, "Well, it's still with your stuff." Like, I'm still like in the recovery room, and I'm like, "No, I gotta get a hold of my dad. I gotta get a hold of my husband. Like, I need my phone. I need to." Because like even like my dad was worried. Of course he is. Like he didn't sleep the night before, and my husband's worried because well he's there in Winnipeg, and like it was crazy. And all right, just need a drink. I'm like kind of like just like all over the place, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So then we I'm up, and they're like, "Hey, well, Amanda, just give it a few minutes. Well, you gotta wait here for a little bit, and then we'll take you back to your room or your little room after recovery, and then you can you know get your phone then." I said, "Okay." So I must have been like the biggest pain in the ass that they've ever had, and I still apologize to this or apologize to them about this because I was so dry. My throat hurt so bad from the tube. And I'm like sitting there thinking, oh my God, I got COVID. And no, I didn't have COVID. They it was just from the tube being shoved down my throat, so the ventilator or whatever, and it's normal that they use it. And they told me to tell my husband before I went for surgery, like let him know, don't expect a phone call or a text or anything from you until about 2:30. And by the time like I'm ready to go and whatnot, and so then I I am really tired. I'm sorry. Um, so we went, or they gave me ice chips. Yay, ice chips. They helped me so much. But I couldn't get enough. So they're like, okay, well, obviously, like, she's keeping down the ice chips. Give her some water. So they gave me water. And then they gave me ice water. And I am slamming these friggin' drinks down. Well, they give you those, like, little shot glasses, the little cups like this big, oh God, and, you know. And so they're like, okay, well, she seems to be doing good, like everything's stable. So they let me go back to the room a little early. So then I'm sitting there and I get on the phone. I start texting. I'm up. I'm fine. My throat hurts like a bitch, but I'm fine. And we go from the we go from or I'm sitting in like texting everybody. I called my dad for two reasons because one, he's my dad. I should be phoning him. And two, he sucks with texting. So it's just easier for him to comprehend, and I think it would have made him feel a hell of a lot better if I just phoned him and he heard my voice. My husband, he could have did without the phone call, so I just text him. He knows how to do the texting and stuff, and he's about to see me in a few hours anyway. So, and I didn't want to be on the phone because there was like it was a big room and there was like six other beds and everything was just like surrounded by a curtain. So I understand a lot about confidentiality and stuff like that with my previous job and my new job. So I I didn't want to be on the phone more than I had to be, so I phoned dad only because like you can kind of hear things that that's being said in the room, that like people's names and stuff, and really that is really no one's business. And the hospital can only do so much, you know. So I didn't want to be the one going, you know, ah. And and Dad's hard of hearing, so he would never heard the background noise anyway. He could barely even hear me. So we you know, the girls, the nurse finally came. I say finally, and it was only a little while after. And we were talking and we were joking around. You know, she was explaining because I had the drain tubes in, and yes, as those things were. So they so she was explaining how, you know, you clean, not clean, but you got to drain the tubes and flush out the little bulbs on there, and they give you little cups and you measure how much body juices you have. And once you get down to so much, I think it's 20 cc for a 48-hour period, or like in a 24-hour period, where like you do that twice, and then they can come out. So they we did that. They removed all the like the IV and stuff, and I'm begging for another drink, and like, go get me another drink. Not that I had to beg, but oh my god, I tell you that I still say the ventilator to this day. It hurt more than anything else about friggin' surgery. And but you know, they got to do what they got to do, right? And I'd rather have it in and have them ready for what could happen. So um they do or they took that out, they explained everything to me, and they're like, are or they're like, are you ready to try walking? Hell yeah, I'm ready to try walking. I want to get out of here. So we go for a walk. They're like, and now I know they watch for these two things. Make sure you're walking, and make sure you are that you can use the bathroom. So we go for a walk, and I looked at her. So where's the bathroom? I've had enough water. Oh my god. So she goes down here. So she walked me to the bathroom. She goes, "Do you want me to come in with you?" No, thank you. This is a one-man show in here. So she goes and she goes, "Do not lock the door, just in case anything were to happen." I said, "Well, then you're gonna stand in front of that door because I don't need some person walking in." So she stood by the door for me. I used the bathroom. I know. How do you feel? Were you able to go? Yep, I feel great. I was able to go. It was great. Okay, let's go get you dressed, and you can go out the door. Really? What? Like, yeah, you can go. It was 12 o'clock. I was released from that hospital. So I messaged my husband. I said, "Can you meet me at those doors where, you know, the Canada Inn and the Hospital Connect?" And he's like, "Really? Already?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well, they said not until 2:30. Well, don't argue with me because I got myself out of here. So meet me there. So he meets me there, and the nurse walks you uh, right there. And I looked, or when I looked up, I seen him, and it was just straight down the hall. She goes, "Are you okay to walk from here to there?" I said, "Yeah." So she stood there and watched me until I got to my husband, and so I got to see my got there, and the poor guy, you could just kind of you could just watch the relief on him. I think I like, you know, like the texting, you know, he knew I was okay, but I think the fact that when he got to see me, you can see the relief in him. Um, sorry. Uh, and so we got to see all that. Um, Now I have rules, you know. I can only sponge bathe. I can only do this. I can only do that. I can't lay on my sides. I can't lay on my stomach. Well, obviously, Kay's stomach is a given, right? Like, the girls are new. And but the sides, because, well, I have the tubes, and I don't know if I can. There we go. The tubes were right here, right in. Wow, I don't have much of. Shouldn't have wore black, but right in under my breasts, and they were sticking out right here on the sides. And we so I couldn't, or like, so you can't sleep on your sides. Plus, for the healing of the implants, you can't sleep on your side. I can on Tuesday, because that's my 2 week thing, or since 2 weeks since I had the surgery. I can sleep on my side on Tuesday, and God, I cannot wait. So yeah, I gotta actually sleep elevated. If you look over here, this is my pillow, my bed. My bed is actually up like this. My husband had to prop the bed up. So we got to the hotel room, and my husband went and got me the biggest freaking teddy bear I've ever owned. And I love stuffed animals, love them. And he say like helped me because, well, we got a room and it had two beds and no chair for me to sleep in. So that bear, my big bear, helped me. I slept between his legs, propped up onto his big belly, so I could sleep sitting up because, well, we got to get the girls to settle. We don't want them, if I lay on my back, they're going to be settling up here, and, you know, who wants boobs up at their neck? I surely don't. So they, so the girls can settle down. I have to sleep sitting up, and hopefully that can be or my mattress can be put down a little bit soon. But thank God, because it is a pain. No word of a lie, it's a pain to lay on your back even for a second to like try and get up. Like my arms hurt. Not like hurt my arms, but like it all pulls, all in here, just pulls. And so like sitting up, at least you're not, you're not so sore or pulling that much. And so we did so like that helped. I can't lift five. I can't lift, or I cannot lift anything over 2 pounds right now. And then I can't put my elbows over my head. Now, here's the kicker. I am a sleeper. I'm a side sleeper. And I shove my arm up in under that pillow and sleep. So I can't sleep like that. My poor husband, if I sneezed, he would jump up. And I sneezed. I guess I sneezed when I was sleeping, and we were still in the hotel because we stayed in Winnipeg. We got there Monday the 8th, and we left Friday after my first follow-up appointment with my surgeon's nurse. So I sneezed one night while we were there, and the poor guy jumped up. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And I don't even remember sneezing. And like, I don't know why he jumped up, like freaking out, like, are you okay? And I had no idea. And I'm like, why are you asking me, kind of thing. And he goes, you sneezed. People do that. I was so confused because I was in a dead sleep, and sleep was few far in between, because I was scared I was going to pull out these tubes. I was scared I was, like I was going to roll on my side. Yeah, damn right, I just had surgery. I just had a major surgery, and I had, I'm hurt, but I only took extra strength Tylenol for a few days. I was way too scared to take the T3s because Everyone goes, oh, T3's knocked you out, blah, blah, blah. So I took the teeth, or I was scared to take them because I didn't want to be knocked out and roll on my side, roll on those stupid tubes. And yeah, so the my plastic surgeon was working with me to so I can come home on Friday instead of coming home on that following Monday. So he let me go see his nurse. Well, his nurse knows what she's doing. You know, like if she's seen a problem, she would, you know, bring it to his attention, go, Amanda, I think you should stay, you know, and so I stayed with it, or so on Friday we went and seen his nurse, and you know, everything looked good. She changed my bandages. She didn't pull out the tubes because I was still producing bodily juices. I don't know what it's called. It was, you know, blood and other crap. So juices. And she goes, Manu, like, you're not ready to be pulling these out yet. And I'm like, oh, God it. So I had to do a 8-hour drive home with those things stuck in me. And they they so we did the drive home, and you know, yeah, we were there for a week. I was kind of glad because even, you know, like the pain subsiding a little bit every day, that drive was the worst. We hit a bump and oh my god. So, you know, anytime you have a surgery and you have to make a long travel to get home, give yourself some time because damn, like don't put yourself through that. It you know, like I said, I had, you know, a little bit of healing time, and even though like the pain was subsiding so much every day, it still sucked going home. And so then everything was good. We came home. My dog was so excited, and I couldn't really like I can't let her jump on me for two reasons. You know, I just had the surgery. I still have my stitches in. Um, and then I had the tubes. So, you know, we don't want her jumping all over the place and pulling out these tubes. So, sorry, I was just looking all over for that paper. It's for my travel warrant, so I can go drop that off. And so, um, I had, you know, they let me come home, providing that I can go see a nurse practitioner here in Thompson. And that's what I did. I talked to her. I made sure she felt comfortable with everything first because, like, I'm not saying that she couldn't do it. I'm not saying that she could do it. I didn't know. And yes, nurses should know a lot. Yes, they do know a lot. But some things people don't feel comfortable because they don't do it every day. So, and she was more than willing to be able to, you know, when it came time to take out the drainage tubes, she said she would. So I was allowed to come home a little, or not early, but that Friday, they um they like we had any questions, uh my plastic surgeon's nurse was more than willing to help her with it because everything was pretty, you know, straightforward and simple. So Wednesday, which day was Wednesday here? Sorry. So Wednesday on the 17th, I had an appointment with my nurse, my nurse practitioner, the one that, you know, would gave me the okay to pull the tubes out, and I wanted her to be the one to do it. And it sounds bad that I wanted her to do it, but she was also the one, you know, that found a mass on my cervix. So, you know, she's been with me for a lot of these big things. So, you know, and I would like to see her get more experience and more comfortable with other things. And I'm not saying that she's not experienced or anything. I just, you know, she's been a big part of my life through this stuff. And everyone goes, oh, you know, you didn't end up having cancer in your cervix. But you know what? She's the one that spotted something. To me, that's a damn good nurse. And she, you know, got a second opinion. And then she got me into the gynecologist right away. So you know what? To me, she's amazing. So they yeah, I'm not supposed to. There. So we went and I went in. I was telling her the whole story. She's like, "Man, I'm very proud of you," and stuff. And I don't know why people are proud of me. This was my team. My team is, that did everything. I was just along for the ride. And me, it was the people that care for me that got put through more crap than I did. And the people, my medical team is, they were the ones that did the work. They're the ones, hooked me up to the IVs, doing the surgeries, doing this, doing that. And you know I was just sitting there. It's not like I could do it for them. And they my drainage was less than 20 cc's in a 24-hour period for 48 hours. So we got to take those out. And oh my god, it was simple, like pretty straightforward. You go and pull them out. Oh well, she had to cut the stitch. Sorry, don't forget to cut the stitch because they had the stitch holding the tubes in. So they went and she went and popped that baby right on out to them. But it was such a gross feeling. Oh, yeah, never again. Nope, I will not do that again for the life of me. Um, that was just gross. It just felt like you could just, oh, yeah, yuck. You could just feel like come like pull right out. And so she was checking and make sure everything looked good and everything did look good. So I came home and then I have an appointment with her again on the 25th. Now, I'm, like I said, this is my first surgery. All I gotta do is get these sutures, or not sutures, sorry, they're dissolvable stitches, but they have sterile strips on them. So now, what they are is they're just waterproof. They're right over top of my stitches, but I'm too scared to remove them. And yes, I can be the one to remove them. But I asked her, I said, like, can you do it for me? Like, what if, what if there is something, and I don't know, like, I'd rather have her there because she would know what to do, like throw some iodine on her, or, I don't think they even still use that, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to expect. It's my first time. So I would rather have her there to do this for me. And I'm gonna be there for her to do this for me. So I get the sticky tape off, and as of today, no more sponge baths for me because I had the tubes. I can only sponge bath, and I get to wear this nasty, nasty, uncomfortable bra, and it can't take it off. Well, today is my first day that I can take it off. Today marks 48 hours after those tubes coming out. I can get I can have a shower, and because I those stitches, or not the stitches, but those sterile strips are over my stitches, I'm allowed to have a shower. So as soon as I'm done this video, I'm gonna have dinner, and I'm going to go for my first shower since my surgery. Yes, that sounds bad, but I sponge bath every day, and then I try to sit in the bath every day, and just so you can feel that much cleaner. But like just sponge bathing, you don't feel all that clean. You feel a little better, but not that much. So now we're here as of today. My surgeon had phoned me and told me the first time I talked to my surgeon or any of my surgeons today. This was my first time speaking with one of my surgeons, and My normal surgeon called me today. She told me that everything went well. So well, in fact, that when she got in, she found little teeny tiny piece of cancer. Was able to get it out with no problem at all. So I am sitting here with you now, telling you I am cancer free as of my surgery on the night. So I don't know how, like, if everything just stops. I have my appointment with my oncologist on the 2nd, and we go from there. Um, and it really breaks my heart. Okay, it doesn't break my heart that I'm cancer free, but it breaks my heart that I'm not going to and see all these fantastic and very nice people that I got to deal with throughout this whole thing. And now I'm gonna have time for me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I do know I want to be I want to sorry I'm getting nervous, I'm getting choked up and I'm swaying in my chair. Um I do want to become like an activist, I guess, for awareness. I want to for breast cancer because it's all this is not easy, and women should know, men, everyone should know you're not alone in any type of cancer. I don't want to be just for breast cancer. I want to be for every type of cancer. You know, like people should know like you're not alone and everything. So yeah, so I don't know if this is it. Once I know more on the 2nd, I possibly might be making another video. Chances are I might not. But I want to thank everybody for all the love and support that you guys have shown me. And that's I love you all.